John chapter 18. Jesus before Pilate. Then the Jewish leaders took Jesus from Caiaphas to the palace of the Roman governor. By now it was early morning. To avoid the ceremony uncleanness, they did not enter the palace, because they wanted to be able to eat Passover. So Pilate came out to them, and he asked, "What charges are you bringing against this man?" "If he were not a criminal," they replied, "we would not have handed him over to you." Pilate said, "Well, take him yourselves and judge him by your own law." "But we have no right to execute anyone," they objected. This took place to fulfill what Jesus had said about what kind of death he was going to die. Pilate then went back inside the palace, summoned Jesus, and he asked him, "Are you the king of Jews?" "Is that your own idea?" Jesus asked, "or did the others talk to you about me?" "Am I a Jew?" Pilate replied. "Your own people and chief priests handed you over to me. What is it you have done?" And Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest by the Jewish leaders. But now my kingdom is from another place." "You are a king, then," said Pilate. Jesus answered, "You say that I am a king. In fact, the reason I was born was to come into this world to testify to the truth. Everyone on the side of truth listens to me." "What is the truth?" Pilate said. With this, he went out again to the Jews gathered there, and he said, "I find no basis for a charge against this man. But this is your custom for me to release to you one prisoner at the time of Passover. Do you want me to release the King of Jews?" They shouted back, "No, not him. Give us Barbarius." Now Barbarius had taken part in an uprising. Jesus sentenced to be crucified. Then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged. The soldiers twisted together a crown of thorns, and he put it on his head. They clothed him in a purple robe, and went up to him again and again, saying, "Hail to the King of Jews!" And they slapped him in the face. Once more Pilate came out, and he said to the Jews gathered there, "Look, I am bringing him out to you to let you know that I find no basis for a charge against him." When Jesus came out wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe, Pilate said to them, "Here is the man." As soon as the chief priests and their officials saw him, they shouted, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" But Pilate answered, "You take him and crucify him. As for me, I find no basis for a charge against him." The Jewish leaders insisted, "We have a law, and according to that law he must die, because he claimed to be the Son of God." When Pilate heard this, he was even more afraid. He went back inside the palace. "Where do you come from?" he asked Jesus. When Jesus gave him no answer, "Do you refuse to speak to me?" Pilate said. "Do you realize I have the power either to free you or crucify you?" Jesus answered, "You would have no power over me if it hadn't been given to you from above. Therefore, the one who handed me over to you is guiltier than a greater sin." From then on, Pilate tried to set Jesus free, but the Jewish leaders kept shouting, "If you let this man go, you are no friend of Caesar. Anyone who claims to be a king opposes Caesar." When Pilate heard this, he brought Jesus out, sat down on the judge's seat at the place known as the stone pavement. It was that day of preparation of the Passover. It was about noon. "Here is your king," Pilate said to the Jews. But they shouted, "Take him away! Take him away and crucify him!" "Shall I crucify your king?" Pilate asked. "We have no king but Caesar," the chief priests answered. Finally, Pilate handed him over to them to be crucified. God bless you, and tomorrow I will start off where I left off. Thank you.